on the telephone the man behind the campaign, Alistair Kent. Hello, Alistair.
Good afternoon, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. Now, you're on holiday, which is...
I am. It's crazy, isn't it? Who's on holiday on a week like this? I'm actually standing outside the Woodland Warriors Adventure Play area at Centre Parks in Sherwood, freezing to death, but very excited to be on the air with you.
Well, you've gone on holiday, but you seem to have spent all week on Facebook encouraging the group to download and to get their friends to download.
I know, it's crazy. Well, I've got it, really, haven't I?
Yeah.
That's this whole thing will bomb. I said to my wife, I said, I'm going to take a book, I'm going to read a book on holiday. But what I didn't tell her, it was Facebook. So there you go.
Tony Cummings is with me as well.
Hello, mate.
Hi, Tony. How you doing?
One of the things a lot of people were asking me, they said, when I told them about this campaign, they said, well, I've already got the track. But even though people have got the track on one or more albums, you're effectively saying to them, go out and download it again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And the other great thing, Tony, is that we've got the record company have released 2 versions, especially for this campaign. So there's a great live version, which I think is 9 minutes 25 long. So people have got the option of obviously buying that instead. So that'll be a new addition to their collection. But encouraging people to buy both versions if they can. I mean, you're only looking at 5p from Amazon and 79p from iTunes. In order to get the Christian message out.
But what are the rules about this? I mean, if either version, if they get a sale for either version, does it count for, either way for the actual compilation of the charts?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Both versions count for the same final chart position.
All right.
It's interesting you talk about legalities because we've obviously had to do some research on this, and particularly as a Christian people movement on Facebook. Personally, I think it's very important that we do things properly and to the letter of the law. And I think you'll find that the official chart rules say that you can download up to you can download as many times as you want, but only the first 3 downloads will count for the chart positions. But the other flip side of that is that there's some kind of wording in the rules that basically says we shouldn't be manipulating the chart in such a way. It's a little bit open to interpretation, but I've been encouraging people just to download both versions just the once, just so we stay on the righteous side of things.
And you've announced that people can send it to somebody else as a gift, and that counts as a download.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's been a few people. So I've been obviously monitoring the post, which has been very time consuming, and obviously I have to kind of police it a little bit and take off the offensive comments, but there's been a lot of positive ones, but some interesting ideas on there. One is that this idea of gifting the track on iTunes in particular. Just encouraging people to do that. It obviously increases the downloads and gets this Christian message, which is the whole undergirding kind of strength of the campaign, out to the masses, not just Christians, but particularly to non-Christians. That is the aim of the campaign.
Because you've called the group Christian Music topping the UK charts. We live at a time when there's never been more Christian artists in our charts. We've already had a Christian artist topping the charts this year already. Owl City did it.
Yeah, the whole. I'm a novice in all this. It was just an idea. You guys are the experts, but you know what it's like in terms of Christian bands. You go over the stateside and it's almost synonymous with the mainstream. But here in the UK, it just seems, although there are a lot more and it's a lot better than in years gone by, it does seem quite a struggle for bands, particularly like Delirious in the past, to break into the mainstream market. So this is just, who knows what will come of this. It could be a one-off, it could be the start of something massive, I don't know, but the aim is really just to help these Christian bands and more so to get a Christian message out across the airwaves.
Why start though with a band that have split up? Why not get behind a number of different artists who are releasing new music? There's down at Abbey Road they recorded a charity single to raise money for Haiti. Wouldn't that have been a good thing to get behind?
I think that's a great question, and I think looking forward, it if, as I've just said, this is the start of something bigger, then definitely, getting some new up-and-coming Christian bands and getting behind that definitely will be the way forward. I think as an initial campaign, as we've done here, having Delirious, I think was, I'm bad to say, but I think that was the best choice because of the whole closure that Delirious had last year in November. There's obviously going to be no talk of kind of manipulating or kind of, working for the band on the quiet because they've split up. And I think in terms of, obviously this is bigger than just Delirious. This is bigger than the song History Maker. This is about, this is bigger than the fans. But having said that, I think this is a great opportunity for the Delirious fans, and even I would class myself as a fringe Delirious fan, to kind of give a great thank you for their 17 years of service to the music industry, and get them a number one after they finally got closure on the band.
I was very impressed when I got a press release today to see that the band are intending to give the royalties for all these downloads to Compassion Art to help aid around the world. Presumably you didn't know that when you set the whole thing up.
Well, no, I didn't. But what I did, I mean, this all came back. This all came out of the whole Rage Against the Machine episode in Christmas time, and the inspiration from this came from there. And literally on the back of that, I think I've dated my original strategy, 6-page strategy document or something like this, which I wrote for myself. I actually submitted it to Delirious Record Company, just kind of out of courtesy, really, and just to get their reflections on it. But at that time, one of the things that I said, which I think would really give the campaign some weight, was to have a charity element. And obviously that is a massive bonus, being able to help other people in need. So when Delirious a few weeks ago announced that they would give their proceeds to Compassion Art, which is something that Martin Smith helped co-found, that was just fantastic. Just a great added bonus for the whole campaign.
I bet the record company were really pleased because they've got the Farewell Show CD and DVD being released round about now. So this is a bonus for them, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. There's a lot of wins in this campaign, I must say. We've talked about the charity element, and obviously the record company. Yeah, they're going to be pleased. But the biggest win for me is getting a message of Jesus Christ, even though that's not directly referenced in the song, but getting the Christian message out in a Christian season amongst the airwaves. Hence the website and the Facebook name Invade the Airwaves, just to a mass audience who wouldn't normally hear such a thing at Easter.
And are you still confident you'll make number one?
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, my head says no, my heart says yes. Number 6 in the midweek charts. I've been speaking to a few people on the inside who mix in the music industry circles, and they're saying things like, well, if you haven't got a number one halfway through the week, then you're probably not going to get one come Sunday. But yeah, we've got a massive bonus in terms of our campaign that not many other people have, and that's this fella called God. And the Bible says with God all things are possible. So definitely, there's got to be a chance, and I think it will be a great story to of the kind of underdog, if you like, where we come back from a midweek number 6 position and really do top the UK charts come Sunday.
Finally, Alistair, what are you going to do after the campaign's finished in terms of the group? Will the group continue?
Haven't got a clue. Next question. Hey, your interview was easy, isn't it? I really don't know. I actually named the Facebook group. The all-important address, which I'll just speak in now, is facebook.com/invade the airwaves. That's where people can sign up. But I actually called that group Christian Music Top in the UK Charts. And many people said, well, why don't you call it, Delirious number 1 for Easter? It'll get a lot more, thrust in the campaign. But the reason I kept it generic was so that I could leave it open for kind of future development, because Facebook won't let you change the name of the group, you see. Once you've done it, it's set in stone. So who knows, come next Christmas, what might be at the top of the UK charts.
Well, all the very best to you, Alistair. I hope that despite all the excitement about what's going on, that you have a really great holiday.
It's going okay.
And you're doing very well. We should say that if you listen to this and you want to help Delirious get to #1 for Easter with the song History Maker, then what you got to do is you got to go to your favourite download site. I presume all the normal downloads like HMV and Amazon and iTunes, it's all those kinds of places that people have got to go to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the top ones are iTunes. If obviously that's given us a lot more publicity on iTunes because they're 90% of the market share at the moment. But you can, if you're short on a bit of cash in the economic climate, Amazon's the place to go. 49p for a bargain, 2 for under £1.
Alistair Kent, thanks for coming on the programme.
God bless you.